We will collect the price from Iran in a way and at a time that suits us. That's Israel's warning today after a night in which it was targeted directly by Iran for the first time ever. Overnight, Tehran launched hundreds of drones, ballistic and cruise missiles at Israeli targets. Nearly all were intercepted by Israel's Iron Dome air defense system and an international coalition that included the RAF. In a moment, we'll hear from our senior international correspondent John Irvine in Tel Aviv and US correspondent Dan Rivers in Washington. But first, John's report on the unprecedented escalation.
A sight never seen before. Ballistic missiles fired directly from Iran at Israel being intercepted in the early hours of this morning south of Tel Aviv. All the Iranian projectiles shot down in Israeli airspace were high-flying ballistic missiles, some of which were hit at the very edge of the Earth's atmosphere. That's why the falling debris was burning up the way an incoming meteorite does. What we witnessed happening in the dark skies over this troubled land was the Israeli-Iranian conflict coming out of the shadows and into the open. That the results were minimal is down to Israel's remarkable air defense system and the fact there was a warning of sorts. The Iranians fired their slow-moving drones first. Their 4-hour flight here gave Israel 4 hours of reaction time. By contrast, the ballistic missiles took just over 10 minutes to get here. Nonetheless, 113 of the 120 aimed at southern air bases and the Golan Heights were shot down. Our operation is limited and minimal, said the foreign minister of Iran, and its objective is legitimate defense to punish the Israeli regime. The direct attack country to country breaks new ground, and while it has ended up being more consequential in principle than in practice, the Israelis are saying, in public at least, that they will hit back. War Cabinet Minister Benny Gantz said this is not over. The strategic alliance that we built withstood this significant test and will be strengthened, he added. That alliance included not just the Americans, but the French, the Jordanians and the British. All contributed in the operation to intercept the 170 drones and 30 cruise missiles, also fired at Israel.
I want to pay tribute to the bravery and professionalism of our pilots flying into the face of danger to protect civilians.
The Israelis say that 7 ballistic missiles got through. They claim they struck but did little damage to the airbase, which is home to the jets that carried out the attack on the Damascus consulate. All very neat and tidy. But tonight we don't know if what happened in the early hours was an ending or the start of something. John Irvine, ITV News, Tel Aviv.